Hey guys, my name is Trina, aka Trina Miller 100 Games, and welcome to a very special episode of Gaming Update. So today's update is about the Nintendo Switch. Now, a lot of people had any problems with the firmware to drop causes a Wi-Fi issue. So I hope Nintendo's gonna fix this issue soon about the Wi-Fi and the firmware. So everyone had any problems with Fast RMX and I am Sasona. So let me read it off on the Nintendo Live website. And it says the Nintendo Switch supplies an amazingly powerful portable experience when you consider the size of the system. It's basically like having a scope up Wii U, which you can actually carry around with you, which is quite an achievement when you think about it. However, there have been some niggles with the performance of a machine, most notably during The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you put as many hours into the game as we have, then you will no doubt have noticed frame rate drops and pauses during gameplay. When the screen freezes for a split second, a genuine issue, even if it ain't quite game-breaking. It's not just Zelda which is impacted by the problem. Nintendo Live reader Junkrabbit has written and pointed out the performance issue are present in Fast RMX, Westers and Drops, and I'm Sasona frame rate functionalities. While some have pointed to this as being a problem with the console's power or lack of it. We've been speaking to a third-party Switch developer who chose to remain anonymous, and they'll inform us of a known issue with the console's Wi-Fi connection, which pushes additional load on the processor. John Robert also confirms this is the case and has discovered that since turning off the Wi-Fi auto-connect option in the system settings, the problems have vanished. And it says on this text right here, it says, I remember the Digital Foundry experts to have been puzzled how some of the worst firmware issues seem to occur so randomly. Not area specific. I believe those are not the fault of the game, but of the Switch trying to purposely auto-connect to Wi-Fi where there is no network available. This is supported to happen in the background, but its opportunity doesn't affect the games. I accidentally noticed this in Fast RMX first, where I get particular FPS Flops. While everyone was always saying that it is a perfectly locked 60 FPS experience. It wasn't game-breaking, but it made me curious. Driving in circles also made the predictable nature so much more apparent. Then I also had those in Sasona, which to me made no sense at all, especially after watching DF's comparison to the PS4 version, where they also said the Switch version was perfectly locked 30 FPS. Having them on multiple games like that, and none of them they made sense, got me thinking. At home, I turn on Wi-Fi only when I need it, basically, so it's not always available during this Sasona session. I checked the status LED, and sure enough, it was off. I then divide into the internet settings of the Switch, found the auto connect option, and turned it off, and voila, no more FPS issues. And Sasona and Fast RMX, and only the usual manual ones in Breath of the Wild, and very specific foliage intensive areas. No more heavy random ones. You can also enable flight mode to disable the console's wireless connections. It's worth nothing, and flight mode doesn't work when you dock Switch. Our enormous developer has confirmed that Nintendo's aware of the problem and that a fix will be included in a forthcoming firmware update. So notice the logo on Nintendo's website about the firmware issues and Wi-Fi that makes its firmware drops. So I know a lot of people had firmware problems because of the Wi-Fi, and also the Wi-Fi causes to drop the frame. So yeah, please Nintendo, please fix this issue. I mean it. So I quote, Splatoon 2 global test file is coming up, and I need to do this online, so I can do it for you guys. So yeah, this is to be awful. Figured this awful. So global test file is coming up for Splatoon 2. So yeah, but I was recording I don't know what it is, but I can't remember. I did record a video for Since for the Third while I was playing a game earlier. So you can see me play as I done the firmware drops for the Nintendo Switch. So a lot of people have any problems with the firmware and also the Wi-Fi issues that can cause the Wi-Fi to drop. So I hope Nintendo will get the system update that includes the Wi-Fi and also the firmware. So Nintendo, please make sure you fix it, and also please make sure you do a software update. So yeah. So anyway, I feel like it could give me an update. So hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any problems with the firmware or the Wi-Fi, because Nintendo is releasing a firmware update. So yeah. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and remember, as always, game on, and next watching, please bye bye.